said, I'm still going through certain things where I'm letting go of my old crap. Getting rid of the old ideas, getting rid of the old things that I bought into that really don't serve me, obviously, anymore. If they did serve me, then I wouldn't be in a place of having a blockage in that area. But understanding that my body is doing certain things to let me know I have a blockage, understanding that areas where I don't feel as good or as elated as I look at those things in my life, in those areas, that's where I know that I'm not doing something in alignment. All I have to do is let it go, though. If I let it go and let the universe deal with it, then I have nothing to feel any other way about except good. And then focus on all the beautiful things going on around me, and don't worry. Don't give two shits about the rest.
There you go. I think that's it. That's it in a nutshell, Samantha. I mean, you said it. That's a great example. If you can't relate, I think that everyone out there can relate to that, some part of it anyway.
I have beautiful things going on around me every day. Every day. Almost every moment of every day in some kind of way. If I'm paying attention, sometimes I'm just kind of zoning, or whatever. But when I'm actually taking the time to pay attention and be a part of something in some way, then there's all kinds of amazing little things going on, just beautiful little things that the universe and I have, set up, in some way that's almost comical or whatever, little signs here and there, not necessarily anything major, just like little things that I notice because I know that the universe is listening, and those things are just being put there to let me know we're on the same frequency. That's the only way I can make it make sense. But they're messages that don't mean anything to anyone but me. And they're messages that come from the universe that aren't for anyone but me. Because that's how I know and feel and get validation that these are the experiences that I'm drawing.
Yeah, I so get
and allowing
that.
into my life.
I so get that because I have the messages that I get. I feel like they are solely for me and me alone. I never feel as if I'm getting a group email, from the gods. I just don't feel that way.
Well, I do sometimes. Sometimes I do feel like I'm getting a group email from the gods. But then I realize it's just because it's, there's a collective consciousness. There's my point of consciousness within the source, and then there's that collective of all the other consciousness within the source.
Yeah.
So I do sometimes get like a lot more voices, I guess, if you want to call it that way, or more. I get a lot of really awesome inspired information. I can literally just call on the celestial mechanics to keep my things going or keep me safe. How many times? 3 blowouts in one trip,
right?
And was perfectly safe, just everything was perfectly fine every time, and I knew it was going to be, and I never freaked out, and we laughed and enjoyed each experience of it, and talked about how, isn't this funny, da-da-da, and how many times did I say we should really get some tires put on before we go?
You never seemed as if you were disheveled. Not once.
No.
Not one time.
Because I allowed myself to just enjoy everything in the moment. To sit there and appreciate while my heart was racing, and everything. I would sit there and appreciate the fact that, I was right in the right spot to be able to get off on the side of a mountain that I would have otherwise been in a really big mess and not been able to go anywhere but up. And it just happened to blow out right where I was at a pull-off and could get off of the road. And, I was grateful that my husband, who's a mechanic, was right behind me.
Well, he's a handy guy to have behind you when you're having a blowout.
Exactly. I was really grateful that we were only about 1.5 miles from the very last, toll point. a mile and a half from a toll shack.
Okay.
So that wasn't, or maybe only a mile. Anyway, it wasn't any further than a mile and a half. I think it was a mile and a half. We had gotten pretty close. But it was like just around a couple of curves, and there was a toll booth. So I kept wondering if somebody was going to say something, be like, hey, these people broken down, da-da-da. We had called people. We sat there for hours. Anyway, I just said, you know what? No matter what, I'm going to sit here and enjoy. And it was Thanksgiving, too. I was trying to get home to my family. I could have let myself be so tore up. And I just went, no, that's not how I'm going to spend my day. It's not going to be the way it is. I'm not going to allow this to do anything to rip my mood or rip, or to mess up my vibe. So I stayed really comfortable and positive, and Rick and I enjoyed ourselves. We got things fixed and made it in town in time to still get some good Thanksgiving dinner. We ate on the road there in Princeton, actually. We ate in Princeton. And then we went and got a hotel for the night, because I was like, we're definitely not getting home for Thanksgiving. We might as well get off the road for the night and relax. And, so we took a little longer than I wanted to on the trip, but we still really enjoyed everything. And it was like everything just worked out perfect for us the whole way.
Well, that's because you didn't allow the negative parts of that trip to see through.
I allowed it all to be just another piece of unexpected fun.
Right.
Just another piece of something to solve and work out. And I never really got. I don't know. It was a little scary on the side of the interstate driving on the sleeper thing, on that
I
area.
can imagine that would be scary.
Yeah, there was
scary to me.
There was a few places, but even that, everything just worked out perfect. If I had been anywhere else when it happened, it would have been really difficult to take care of things the way we were able to.
Wow.
So we did get off of the interstate. I think it was maybe 2.5 miles on the side that we drove at, like, I couldn't go over like 12 miles an hour.
Oh my word.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
But then we found this shopping center where we could get food and get gas and get everything. We could basically everything but a tire. Yeah, everything we needed for the night except for tires.
Everything.
And I worked out something and got the tires. I already had it set up to go get the tires on the next morning.
Wow.
Yeah, we had to replace 2 tires while we were there.
Oh, that's great.
Or
that's
3.
Great that you had it.
Seems like we ended up with 3 because we only have 1 of the same on there now.
Yeah. I was thinking it was 3.
But yeah,
that's kind of what I remember.
I just allowed the whole situation to work itself out. And I played my part. I made a phone call here and there. I didn't sweat it. I just, just kind of helped keep the flow of things working out.
There you go.
And I allowed it to be a fun adventure. I allowed myself not to stress about any of it. And it was a much better experience than it could have been. I could have allowed it all to really make it a horrible experience, but I refused to have that kind of experience. So that's where we allow or don't.
I understand. I mean, it all comes back to the same thing.
Exactly. The art of allowing. The state of allowing. We want to thank our sponsors at A New Light Video Magazine and the Escape Artist Travel Consultants, the Mystics Mall at Keller's Flea Market in Savannah, Georgia.
I'm Whitney Anderson.
And I'm Samantha Phoenix. We're Calm Radio. This is